she wasn't boob sweat. She's
Well,
her first movie was probably actually
she is amazing.
Kevin Costner's first movie was Sizzle Beach USA. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But and as I said, I try to get people in the studio that would never meet under any circumstances.
Yeah.
I know you've been freaked out a little bit. I'm
No.
coming back to them.
Okay, go.
I'm
excited.
I'm just warning you. Coming back to them.
Hello.
Yes. So.
What's up?
So I'm gonna, but I was gonna say, speaking of shorts, I saw a few of your shorts. Now I think I met the first time I met you was at the horror festival, that I did comedy at.
Probably. I honestly.
Very briefly, because there was I forget what it was called. It was I did some comedy there. He was part of he was a friend of mine put on the festival. There was a horror festival, the most horrifying festivals of all.
Oh my goodness.
They didn't have Freddy, they didn't have Jason, they did not have Michael Myers. They had Corey Feldman. That's the most terrifying person you could ever have at a
I think I remember this. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
No, keep going.
And I think they showed a couple of your shorts. So this is your first feature.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, horror movies are going gangbusters now.
Yeah. What? Get Out just won best screenplay?
God, that was amazing.
Bravo, Jordan.
What a film.
Well, I was also going to mention that because you're married to an African American woman.
That's right.
Do you have a Get Out sort of script in mind? Based on your marriage? I'm sure there's a few things.
You never know. And she doesn't either.
You did write Booty Sweat.
Well, we're actually casting Booty Sweat right now.
Well, actually,
I'm available.
I think we've got it.
Okay, we'll have to invite you to the casting couch.
if you were to do that, it'd be Bloody Sweat. We know that.
Oh,
Well,
that's actually not bad.
Possibly, but we call it Booty Sweat. But
Right.
everybody knows the truth.
But yeah, so like when your wife met your family, was it like Get Out or was it like?
Oh no, my
Was
family.
she scared or?
My family's Jewish.
Oh, weren't they too?
No, we're all oppressed people here.
Well, okay. All right, because I didn't think they basically said they were wasps in Get Out, and maybe they did.
Oh, my Jewish family? No, they're not really wasps. They're just.
No, I mean you were saying your family's Jewish and the family in Get Out was, I guess, not Jewish.
Oh no, I'm saying I married somebody who is a lot like my culture.
Oh, okay, all right.
Who has a culture like
Well,
mine.
we're gonna get off this because this is
getting a little too controversial.
Yeah.
I think I'm putting my foot in my mouth.
I didn't
I don't want to talk
This
about
is
your
not
wife.
very funny. We gotta move on.
I didn't sign up for this.
I was gonna say Nikki's really not black.
Yes.
Nikki, I love you, but you're not black. Come on now.
All right.
Can we talk about murdering people?
Yeah.
I was doing a lot better
I was
at
way
that.
more comfortable with serial killers,
Yeah.
to be honest.
So, no, but what I was gonna say is horror movies. They do better than any other movie. They cost very little. Now yours obviously on a very very low budget.
Are you sure?
I don't know. What was your budget?
Can't say.
Was it under $1 million?
Yeah, so yeah.
No, what I'm saying is like Get Out.
I'm fucking with you.
Like Get Out was made for what, $5 million?
Right.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
The Insidious movies are made for nothing. They make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Have you? And I know you've been working in special effects and in the industry for a while. Have you been approached to direct, say, even an independent horror movie or something that possibly could make the screen? You look like you've got some inside information or something.
She does. She gets
I know.
offers all the
Maybe you got
time.
approached.
She does.
Well, yeah, but Harvey Weinstein has that background.
Love it.
He doesn't have that kind of juice anymore, but
No, didn't a bunch of women just buy his company too?
he should. Well, that'd be great. I don't know. You tell me. I haven't been following it.
Yeah, no, a bunch of women just actually bought the Weinstein company. They're reconfiguring it.
Oh, good. Well, maybe, yeah. So, have you had directing offers?
Well, I've directed a couple things, so I'm starting to get in there.
Oh, tell me what you've directed. I have no idea.
Well, I directed I Am Miranda.
Right,
But then
right,
I
okay,
also directed one of the haunted routes, the Evil East Coast Highway.
Yeah, it's a sequel to our web series. Guil and I actually started a web series called Haunted Routes, where we travel to various places across the country that are haunted. And
2 years ago.
Yeah,
We started
that's
it 2 years ago.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really
And we traveled and got sponsorships to travel all over the U.S.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
But Candice ended up directing our East Coast road trip, which we went up from Lubec, Maine, down to the Florida Keys, and
Oh,
visited a bunch of
So you went to the Salem Latrell.
Oh
Salem,
yes,
we did,
we
yeah.
went to Salem.
What was the scariest place that you guys for you being
Um,
behind the camera?
I mean, well, I just,
Harvey wants to see you in New York.
You were freaked out by Robert the Doll in Florida.
I know.
yeah.
That thing was
Oh,
creepy.
did you-
Dolls do kind of.
Oh, you have a
creep me
phobia
out.
of dolls. I know some people. Yeah, they can't stand
Well,
puppets.
especially
dolls.
that one. I mean, that
That-
one's super creepy.
Oh, tell me about that. Why is it so
Robert the
creepy?
Doll.
I don't know about Robert the
It's
Doll.
one of the most haunted objects in America. It was a doll that was supposedly given to this artist in the Florida Keys when he was a little boy and was supposedly cursed. And all his life, people would say the doll was walking around causing problems. And when he died, the doll was stayed in his house, like or his attic, for decades. And when they found it, it would cause problems with just about everybody who it would encounter. So they keep it in this museum now in the Key West, and you're not supposed to take photos of it unless you ask permission from the doll.
Wow.
So
It's like
how do you know if the
like
doll's real?
Annabelle.
You just have to ask permission. You just get a feeling. It's that people who are really into the paranormal. It's all about your feelings, and we even talk about that in the Evil East Coast Highway.
Did the doll's eyes follow you?
It sure felt that way.
Ooh.
I was joking with her when we were down
Oh my
there.
Oh no.
I'm gonna tell her. I gotta say, I told her that she should be a sex doll. Oh, is that too far now?
Please, we encourage.
Right? Imagine if she directed a sex doll movie, a horror sex doll.
Well, that's actually a good idea.
I know. See, that's what I told you.
Yeah, but he just wants to see you naked, and so he wants you to stop. Please, you're not fooling
Is
me.
that it?
But that
Is that it?
No, that isn't. I can imagine the three of you riding around the country how crazy.
I know,
would
it
be.
is pretty
Now,
crazy.
what was the scariest thing that you saw on the road trip?
You know, I'm not.
Besides your jokes.
I know, right?
Oh.
I'm not a believer.
What?
So
Nothing scared you. Nothing creeped you out.
Yeah, I'm a second degree black belt, so like a lot of things just kind of. I mean, if a guy puts a gun in my head, maybe. But other than that, no, it's fun.
There was nothing that scared you.
No, it was.
Same with you, Matt. Did
No,
you?
we tested this out, right?
That's the
Yeah,
thing. Gil and I are
yeah.
really, really skeptical. We love horror and
We
we
love
love
it.
paranormal,
We love it.
but we want to enter it not assuming we're going to find something.
Correct. And we're always waiting for something. We
Yeah.
want to see ghosts.
We actively try to catch something.
Right.
Like we'll stay the night in the haunted bed and breakfast, and that was probably the closest thing to creepy. But it's just because
Right.
it's like an old place and it's kind of creaky,
Right.
you know.
We
And
slept in separate rooms.
we did,
Yeah.
and then we were also in the middle of a huge snowstorm.
I know you want to
too.
sleep in her room, but that's it.
I slept with the
What was the last time you were legitimately scared?
Wow.
And even go back to childhood, the last time you were legitimately scared. With Alabama, it's walking the street with you three maniacs.
I know, I
But,
Fantastic. No.
You've never been scared in your life.
I can't. I mean, I don't think of fear in that way. I kind of eliminate that thought of fear. I mean, life is scary in itself.
Well, I understand that. Well,
Right.
what I'm
So-
saying, what about even life, you know?
Right. I would say. I can't think of anything. Just off the top. I mean, I'd have to think about this.
Okay, the
because
man with no fear. Matt,
Yeah.
when was the last time you were legitimately scared?
I gotta tell you, I'm afraid every day.
Really?
Yeah, that's just I live with constant fear, but I deal with it,
Yeah.
What is that?
and that's the thing.
Well, it's
Is
an answer he gave. You were sitting there for 3
I
minutes.
want that answer. Can I take that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're scared every day.
Yeah, I grew up as the fat kid, you know, the kid who was picked on and bullied, and so I constantly wake up and just face life every day, and I choose to keep moving forward despite the fact that life is hard.
Right. And take those fears and
The thing I love talking about in films, and you've seen it in my shorts, and you've
Right.
probably seen it even in Miranda. I feel like the most scary thing is you think you're okay, and then you think back about 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 years ago, and you were never okay to begin with.
oh, jeez. That just totally she jumped.
Yes.
Paranormal.
That was.
I know.
I have,
No, go ahead.
I have to go.
Where are you going?
My meter. My car. My.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
The meter. Okay, hold on. And
Make sure you come back. So we can
Okay.
take a picture.
Yes.
Okay. Do I just open the door when I come back, or is that gonna?
so, sorry about that interruption, but that was crazy
That
timing,
was
wasn't it? That was
timing.
so
Yeah, I
great.
know.
I was gonna say that's one reason why I love working with Matt, because
Yeah.
this guy probably takes the most hits with it. And I've worked on him with other productions, and people put him down even in the middle of production, and he just gets back up, and he knows how to take it.
Right.
And
People
he
put him
doesn't quit.
down?
Oh yeah, and then he has to